Hello, I'm Sam Marchant, your voice of the Muskies, sitting down with a preseason interview here with Coach Ashley Lona, women's basketball, and Coach Lona talks to me just about the incoming freshmen, and the transfers. What is this program developing and looking into?
Yeah, we brought in five newcomers this year. We brought in three freshmen and two transfers. We brought in a junior transfer from a JUCO mid-Michigan, and then we brought in a sophomore transfer from CUC. So our three freshmen, um, all Wisconsin kids. So actually, she's gonna get mad at me. We got two Wisconsin kids and an Illinois kid. So, but they're all really, valuable for us. They're gonna take some time to develop, as most freshmen do. They just got to adjust to the speed of the game and learn how we play, new teammates, new environment type of a deal. But they're doing really well. Maddie Sassis is a point guard. She's super fast. She's a true point guard. So she distributes well. She sees the court really well. She defends really well for us. So we're really excited about her. You're familiar with Madeline Abler,
Yep.
also your teammate. Great kid, super athletic, works really hard. And I think is just starting to kind of find her groove, like with basketball. She said she never thought she'd be playing college basketball, and we swooped in on her, and she's been just a sponge and absorbing things day by day. So she's super great. Jalen, who's from Oneida Nation, amazing scorer, like has such an IQ for the game, is actually Oneida Nation's all-time leading scorer. So we're really excited about her and her potential to help us out there. And she's just picking up really quickly. Like she's one of those kids who really wants to understand things and kind of watches things at first and then just throws herself completely into it. So it's been a lot of fun to work with those three. Our transfers, obviously transfers are great because they have experience at the college level. Sid especially, coming from a conference school, like we were all over her as a senior in high school, and she chose CUC, and I mean, you waited out and good things happen, I guess, right? So she knows the knack, she knows the game. Again, another high IQ kid, very athletic, is going to help us a lot on the offensive side of things. Jariatu, who's from mid-Michigan, she's a junior. She comes from a very successful program. I mean, they made the national tournament multiple times while she was there. And she's really going to help us provide a presence in the paint. We've completely changed our defensive scheme because she's in there now, right? Like, we're a defensive motivated team, and she just helps us so much in there with that and with rebounding. And we finally have a 6-foot kid, so that really helps us out. And so we're really excited about everything she brings to the team as well. So yeah.
Awesome. And then transitioning, like you have these newcomers, but then you get the return of two of your top three scorers. How does that blend all together and impact the game going into this year?
Yeah, I mean, getting them all to work together and to come together, like that's a lot more off-court work than on-court work. Like just getting them to understand each other's personalities and how each other play, what's their strengths, what's their weaknesses. It takes a lot of time. We do a lot of team bonding stuff. We spend a lot of time together just trying to grow those relationships because that will directly translate to the court. But yeah, I mean, we had 11 players last year who ended in double digit for minutes. And of those 11, we're bringing 8 back. So we have a good returning group who have a ton of experience, whether they're sophomores, juniors, or seniors now. And like you said, like our 2 leading scorers are back, so that really helps us out in terms of scoring.
Right.
But those 2 scorers also really help us on the defensive end. Like they're 2 of our best defenders. So, it's going to take a little bit of time to figure out, the puzzle pieces and who works really well together. And the great thing is I always say as a coach, like, if it's hard for me to decide who to play, like, you're doing your job.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
for sure.
That's what I want. Like, I want it to be hard for me to figure out who I'm going to play. And we had our first scrimmage last night, and it was hard. Like, for the first time in my 3 years here, like, we have a lot of options, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, man, this is great. Like, I
Yeah.
love this, but it's just trying to figure out who works well together and what that looks like for us moving forward. But yeah, I'm excited for our returners to have another go. The senior class, they're kind of like special to me. Like, they were just babies when I took over the program, and now just to see them like grow into what they've become, it's super special. So I'm really excited about this year.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm excited too. Who on the court, off the court, whatever it may be, has stepped into more of a leadership role for you guys?
Yeah, you're obviously, like, when you think of women's basketball, you're gonna think about like Lex and AT. That's kind of what people's minds go to right now. But honestly, like, leadership wise, I'd say I've really seen a lot of growth from Megan McPhee. She's kind of a lead by example type of a person.
So quiet.
So quiet. But she has actually been one of the most talkative people. She came to me this summer and was just like, what do you need from me? How can I improve? Like, how can I help this team? And like, Megan, like, quite honestly, like, you're a junior now. Like, you're now an upperclassman.
Yeah.
Like, in my program, you don't have to be part of the leadership council. You don't have to be a senior to be like a leader. Like, you have an opportunity to like really step in there, and this is where I see you. Like, you need to be more vocal and more of a leader on and off court. She's just completely accepted that role, and it's been a lot of fun to see her up her game in that kind of a way. So we're excited about her. Another kind of quiet kid who's really just helped us out with our newcomers is Sadie. Sadie is totally a lead by example kind of a person, but her example, like, is the standard we're looking for. Like, she gets in a ton of extra reps. She watches a ton of film. Like, she gets after practice. Like, she's just a dog day in and day out. Like, she's one of our best rebounders, and she's 5'6" and probably weighs 100 pounds. So you know what I mean? Like, has no reason to be that, but she just, again, another kid who came to me last year is like, how do I get more minutes? Rebound for me. Like, go get the ball and you'll see the floor. And she turned that into kind of her advantage and started for us. And so, she's really done great things, kind of showing our newcomers how we want things done and how it's going to be in this program. So she's really helped us out there. And then Noni, Sonia Pagan, she didn't play for us last year. She was coming back from an ACL injury, re-injured it a little bit. So she's finally on the court after almost 2 years away.
That's awesome.
So, but she's an energy giver, man. She just, everyone knows her on campus. Like, she's just got such a high vibe, and she's so positive, and she's, one of those kids that if she's off, you can tell. Like, just the vibe of the group is just kind of like solemn, quiet. And so she's helping us in ways just with the culture and, just the mentality. And again, just another worker. And so, like, our leaders are just those ones that you'd think are kind of quiet, but they're starting to come around. So those are the kids we're really excited about.
Can you talk a little bit, expand on the leadership council? How do you operate that, and what does that look like for you guys?
Yeah, so that's something I implemented right away when I took over. I don't really believe in captains per se. So each class gets to nominate their representative. So, like, our freshmen vote for freshmen, sophomores for sophomores, and so on. And then there's one member that's voted on by us coaches.
Okay.
So it's a 5-member council, and that helps us to give an odd number so that if it comes down to voting, that's kind of the case there. But we rely on them for everything. We meet once a week. They have a ton of ownership in this program. Any major decisions we have, we come to them. They're a source of a lot of information for us, and just opening that communication between coaches to players. Because sometimes, players aren't always ready or feel comfortable to go and talk to the coach about something.
Right.
So, freshmen can go to any of them and just say, hey, look, I need you to talk to the coaches about this, and they bring it to us, and vice versa. It's done a lot of good for us. And then obviously our junior and seniors will represent us on the court when it comes game time. And that's just kind of a technicality thing, I guess, But yeah, they're super helpful in bridging that and just keeping the communication open, which for me is huge. Like, I'm a very relationship-based coach, and communication is such a big part of that. And so any way we can help that and assist that, we will.
Yeah. When it comes to kind of making that transition off the court, on the court, and having those leaders, last year you finished 8th in the conference, projected there again for some odd reason. What are the goals like, especially for this class that has now been with you for 3 years? Like, what are you guys pushing for as a team, and what are the goals for this season?
Yeah, those preseason rankings, man. I never really read into them. For me, it's like, I think everyone finished how they ended the season last year.
Yeah.
And it's really hard for me. Like, I'm going to go on a tangent right now. Okay. Like, a lot of teams don't even have their rosters updated. Right. So it's like, how am I supposed to vote for people if I don't know who you're returning?
Yeah.
Like, that makes a huge difference.
Absolutely.
So I don't put a lot of merit into them, quite honestly. However, I also like being an underdog.
Yeah.
Like, I like people not expecting things from us. And then we surprise them. Like, that's fun for me.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we talked about it, but that was it. Like, we were ranked 8th, and we kind of moved on.
Yeah.
Like, just to talk about it. But every year, we've been expected to finish further down the line than we have. And so for us, and taking over the program and where it was at, us coaches have really understood that it's not going to be an overnight process.
Right.
It's just not. Like, I mean, I could go to the portal and bring in a bunch of kids that would help me for 1 year, and it's just going to be one and done.
Yeah.
And that's not what we're looking for. So each year it's about finishing a little bit better than the last, and we've done that so far. My first year we were 9-16 overall, and then in the NAC we were 7-9. Last year we were 12-14 and overall, and then 9-7 in the NAC. So, like, there's just baby steps in that progress. So our overall goal for our team this year is to host first round.
Okay.
We would love to be in a position where, we're, even if that's that 4th seed, we're hosting. And that's all that really matters is having that home court advantage and playing in front of your own fans. And I really feel like that's something that this university could use. Just
100%. Yeah.
Something good and something to revitalize us and give us, that little glimmer of hope where it's like, this is something good. And so that's kind of our goal, is to host first round. Obviously, you want to advance and win.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if we were sitting a 4 seed, like, that's a win in my book.
Right.
So that's where we're at with goals, is, just continuing to improve a little bit at a time, and eventually we'll get back to the top.
Yeah. So much happens in the off season in terms of getting you to those goals. You went to Argentina in May.
We did.
What was that like for players, coaches, the whole experience?
I would like to say I love that trip because you're in Argentina, right? It's a fun time. Different country, different culture, different people, different language. Like, there's so much good to be had in that trip. But traveling with almost 30 people as a coach is probably one of the most stressful things I've ever done internationally.
Yeah.
Like, it was so chaotic. But once we were there, just seeing the kids have so much fun. Like, we went to a tango class, and then we got to go to a show afterwards and watch, like, our instructors performing it. Cool. We were just really immersed. Like, we weren't in a resort off on our own. Like, we were in the heart of downtown Buenos Aires. Okay. Like, we were in it, and, like, you'd go to the little corner market and not a lick of English.
Yeah.
And, like, you got to figure it out, like, and work through that stuff. So that was a lot of fun. Once in a lifetime opportunity. We had a lot of kids that had to get passports. Never flown. I think we had one kid who had never flown before, so it's like introducing them to those things is really fun to see. I mean, we played 3 games. We were there for almost 10 days. So the rest of the time we explored and we played tourists, and the competition was insane, like, so good. I wish we were in better shape at that time because we
Mhm.
only were able to practice, I think, 7 of our 10 days going into that. Um, it might have been a different story, but
Right.
just little things in the game. They play with a 24-second shot clock.
Okay.
You wouldn't think
Yeah.
that's different, but
Right.
that's a huge
Yep.
difference. The physicality was something we're not used to here.
Mhm.
Like you literally have to tackle someone to get a foul
Yeah.
call. So yeah, I mean, we played 3 games. We lost our first 2, and then the last one we won by 1 point, and couldn't think of a better way to go out.
Right.
Like everyone was in tears, like just crying, like having a good time. Like it was such a positive vibe. So it was great. I mean, it was a bonus to play basketball. It was worth all the blood, sweat, and tears that went into that, quite
Right.
literally. But we go every 4 years, and so we're already trying to figure out what that next trip looks like for us. And yeah, it's something I look forward to.
That's awesome.
Just seeing the kids be a part of something that maybe they couldn't have had, an opportunity to get involved in. And
Right.
a lot of our kids know some Spanish, so to watch them try and practice that was quite interesting. But they enjoyed it, and at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. At this level, especially, like any opportunity we can give them to enhance and develop and discover different things.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Right.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So many good things coming here for Lakeland
Yeah.
women's basketball. And first game coming up next Saturday,
Don't
November
remind me.
8th at UW-Eau Claire in part of the UW-Eau Claire tip-off tournament. I'm Seth Marchant, your voice of the Muskies, here with Coach Lona.